Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, the most awaited flagship smartphone by Samsung. It has been launched, pre-booking has started. But one of the biggest unique point of this smartphone is that it is going to be made in India at Noida facility. The company has decided to make this smartphone here in India. But what more it means for the manufacturer and also for Make in India mission. So talk on this, we are joined by Mr. Raju Pulan, who is the head of Samsung mobile business. So many thanks for talking to us. My first question would be that this flagship phone that you have decided to manufacture at Noida facility, what are the rationale behind this big decision?
So thank you, Samir, for having me on your show. So I'm very happy to share with you that we launched the S23 on the 2nd of February, right? Okay. And since then, in the last 24 hours, we have achieved a fantastic number of pre-booking, and that shows the confidence about the flagship Samsung smartphones that is there. And that has actually inspired us to move to have the production of all our flagships in India. And the S23 is manufactured and will be manufactured, is made in India, made for India. And the good news is that the Fold and the Flip series as well, since last quarter, is also being manufactured in India. India is premiumizing, and India is a very large market. We've got almost 650 million consumers, which is an installed base of smartphones in India. These consumers will aspire to upgrade, and that is the conviction with which we come in with a very strong commitment of made in India and make for India.
I would also like to understand that what could be the production capacity, seeking the demand side, that you are looking forward. And secondly, will it be specifically for Indian market that manufacturing the decision has been taken, or will you look to export as well?
So Samir, a great question. So in the first 24 hours of the launch of the S23 device, we have done a pre-booking of almost 140,000 smartphones within 24 hours, which is almost 1,400 crores worth. Mobile phones have been pre-booked even before the launch within 24 hours, which is almost 2x of what we did with S22, which also goes to say that we will continue our India commitment. We will continue to ensure that we expand our operations in India. And as you just asked, is that the reason, because we have to ensure that on the day of the launch, we have to ensure that all consumers across the length and breadth of India, whether it's north or south or east or west, have the product in their hand on the 24th. That is the reason this commitment to Make for India has been enhanced. We'll continue to ensure that we delight the consumers with what we manufacture in India and reach the global best products to consumers at the fastest point of time.
Now, these numbers are quite exciting. A pre-booking of 140,000, having a monetary value of around 1,400 crore. How you analyze it? What gives you like a sense that the consumer's point of view, demand point of view, and the entire segment?
So Samir, what we have observed, a consumer has always been a core of our overall strategy. And what we see is that if consumers are provided the right value and the right consumer value of a product, we are able to ensure that we are able to get the best out of the consumer. This product, S23, is the only product which has got a 200 megapixel camera with adaptive sensors which are backed by AI algorithm, which ensures that details to the epic is actually captured in the right manner. In fact, if you lay your hands on it, you should take a shot of the moon, and you will be able to see the closest shot of the moon on the S23 and on the S23 series. Not only that, this time we have got a custom-made processor. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 has been custom-made for the Galaxy mobile phone, S23 mobile phone, which is also enabled by ray tracing, which also helps the gamers to game better. It's also a performance device. And the S23 series is also a product which we call it Galaxy for the planet, because a large part of the components in the S23 is made out of recycled material through our technological manufacturing. Whether it is using recycled aluminum or recycled glass, or also saving the oceans by extracting those fishing nets and converting them into plastics. In the S22, we had almost 6 components, internal largely, where we had used recycled material, right? In the S23 is a tectonic shift. We've almost doubled. doubled. Almost 12 components of the S23 is made out of recycled components, which also talks about Samsung commitment to make Galaxy a galaxy for the planet.
Okay. You must have done an extensive research regarding the entire premium segment, the flagship segment. What your research or what your analysis suggests that currently what the market is, how long it is going to expand, to what rate, what your predictions is?
So, when we observe the market very closely, it is triggered by the Bharat markets that are there. We see a strong growth in the premium segment in the Bharat markets. And we may see strong growths in the metro markets, but almost 1.5x more growth in the Bharat markets, which is largely driven by the affordability programs. We are making very big investments in the affordability programs that Samsung has through the Samsung Finance Plus. Till 2021, we had enabled Samsung Finance Plus in almost 12,000 PIN codes in the country. In 2022, and as we speak, we have enabled almost 18,000 PIN codes with Samsung Finance Plus. We are seeing a lot of new to credit consumers moving to the Samsung Finance Plus platform to purchase their flagship devices. And that is the most interesting. If we are able to provide affordability programs, and our strategy is that make tech affordable. And Samsung Finance Plus is one of our key pillars of making tech affordable. We've also launched the to drive the premium growth is what you were looking for the insight. When we are looking at the premium segment, consumers, if they are provided EMI options at a very affordable price, so the S22 Ultra can be purchased by a consumer with an EMI, no cost EMI, zero interest cost interest EMI of as low as 5,200 rupees. At a 5,200 rupees, you can buy a product which is almost 1,24,999, which is a huge swing to the consumer's mindset to avail of tech at an affordable price.
Okay. From a strategy point of view, you have seen that many of the big players, they are actually seeking the Indian market in a more expanding manner. They are investing heavily. They are scaling up their manufacturing capacity, setting up their centers here in India. How you want to counter it? How you are looking to build your own parallel strength when you see the competition?
So Samir, Samsung has been in India and has been a part of the India growth journey, digital transformation for the last 27 years. Samsung has always been committed to this most exciting market, which is India. And to that commitment, we have two manufacturing units, one based out of Noida, the other one based out of Chennai. We expanded the Noida plant in 2018, and it's one of the world's largest manufacturing units. And that commitment for our India operation continues. And one of the proof of those commitment is having the flagship manufactured in India right from day one, bringing global technology in India so that the hinterlands of India can also experience the S23 series. We've also got one of the largest footprints of experience stores in the country, right? Almost 1,700 Samsung experience centers, which actually trigger a lot of demand into the retail environment, which is the multi-brand stores, because the entire ecosystem is available for display. So our India story is of driving experience and upgrading India and powering digital India.
And my last question would be regarding the budget that has been tabled by the finance minister that focuses more on making Make in India mission more successful, encouraging more and more mobile manufacturers to scale up their manufacturing capacity. So some decisions have been taken, rationalizing the duty, allowing the camera lens to be imported at a much rationalized duty. How you see this entire development and the announcement?
So what is good for the consumers is good for the brand, and what is good for the brand will add value to the consumers. And we will expand, we will drive the growth of the segment, of the mobile segment. Last year, the industry was a single-digit value growth, while as Samsung grew excess of 22% last year. We will continue that momentum and add value to the consumers so that we do not commoditize the category, but we are able to add value through programs where affordability investments, retail investments, and investments in retail marketing throughout the country is enabled.
Well, thanks for talking to us. With camera person Mukesh, this is Samir Dikshit for ET Now.